reduce the road accidents and reduce the possible effects of those road accidents. We try to stop the dangers of what's happening on the highways and on the roads outside the outskirts of Cairo that claim the lives of thousands of people every year. With us is Dr. Mohamed Abdel-Aziz, Professor at Faculty of Computer Science, Ain Shams University, Dr. Magdy Al-Azab, Chairman of an NGO development, he's an NGO development expert and a Chairman of an NGO. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to both of you. And of course, my first question to you, I'm sure that you've done extensive research on the issue of accidents here in Egypt. What causes the intensity of accidents here in Egypt, and tell me a little bit about the project that you aim to do in order to reduce these accidents.
Well, since 2 years, RAIAT Foundation started to make researches and to dig inside this problem, and we together with some NGOs and also with some governmental bodies like Egyptian Ambulance Association, Egyptian Red Crescent, and also the Ministry of Transportation. We invited all these bodies, and also with the support of other private sector companies, to invite for launching a unique campaign called a national campaign for road safety. And from this campaign, we enlarged the scope of a project, a very essential project called SAVE, to save accident victims in Egypt. This is in summary what we did already in 22nd of April. We launched this national campaign.
Right. Dr. Abdel-Aziz, Dr. Hassan talked about the national campaign for road safety and SAVE. Would you elaborate more on that campaign and see what's your part? You did that project in collaboration with the private sector also and some NGOs. So where is your role, and what exactly is going to be done in the course of this campaign?
Actually, as Dr. Magdy mentioned, we have started 2 years ago as a RAIAT Foundation, and currently we are focusing on this national campaign for road safety. And one of the major issues is, first of all, the educational system does not have a component that tells people or educate young fellows how to respect the regulations and rules of traffic. This is number one. Number two, we will also focus on the saving victims. I mean, if you have an accident, the health system in Egypt is not that good, and we keep hearing news all over the day about the new system for health insurance in Egypt, and there is nothing happened yet. So our role is to find a way to help victims, to save them, to put them in either private hospital or governmental hospital, to provide them with all necessary tools, material, equipment, money to save their lives. I mean, we also working on a big campaign for blood donation among university students in, for example, in Ain Shams University. This is another direction. One of the major problems I want to mention here is that the bridges, we don't have a very clear system to have traffic lights in right places, stop signs, and even we don't have enough bridges. For example, one of the major roads in Egypt, like Salah Salim or Ostrad, they don't have a special place for people to cross the road. So you have to just run away, and then you will be killed or get an accident. And this is what we are going to do.
But for example, as you said in the beginning, there is a problem of the lack of following rules here in Egypt. For example, I mean, some roads, there are traffic signs. I mean, they're very, only they're just, you can count them on your fingers, I suppose you could say. But when you do have these traffic lights, you still find people crossing the red light, for example, not respecting the police officer who's standing at the road. For example, I mean, there are laws against buses going on certain bridges. They still do. When there is a traffic lane specifically designed for buses, they don't drive in those lanes. So how do you suppose that, even if we do these regulations, how would you maintain that the drivers and everyone on the street follows the rules?
I believe one of the most important things is educating these people with the media, with schools, with all these places. And I believe that media should play an essential role in educating people how to react safely on the road. However, education and this kind of awareness campaign is not enough. The role of enforcement is crucial. We should have effective and enforcement law to direct people how to react, because many of accidents occur due to the bad behavior of the road user. So what we have in here in Egypt is all awareness campaign, and to stop. And
it's not enough. It's not enough.
It's not enough, and goodwill and this thing is not enough. To tackle this issue, we all should react towards the government itself. The government should at least do like what happened worldwide. To tackle this issue is to put a framework for all people to work with it, all bodies to work with it. And from here we are requesting from the Egyptian president to take an immediate action for restructuring what's so-called the Supreme Council for Road Safety.
Have you initiated any conversation, for example, with government members or security forces?
Since 2 years we are talking, and we have launched this campaign, and tomorrow it will be sent to our president. This request, because we came up with some recommendation. One of the main recommendation, or one of the important recommendation from our conference is to asking or to urge the decision maker, actually he is the Egyptian president, to restructure what's so-called the Supreme Council of Road Safety. This Supreme should be directly reporting to the Prime Minister and should be controlling at least four ministries: Minister of Interior, Minister of Transportation, Minister of Health, and Minister of Education. And this Supreme should have enough staff and qualified staff, should have enough funding, and should have a targeted plan to reduce or to prevent at least to prevent the accident, and or at least to reduce the road crashes victims or killed, and the handicapped people or the disabled people which revealed from this accident. Another important thing we'd like to highlight on this campaign is the number is terrifying. The number of accidents and the number of victims worldwide, and in Egypt it is unbelievable. If we talk about worldwide, it is we can say about this issue, it is a global crisis, humanitarian crisis. Because about 1.3 million persons killed worldwide every year, and about 60 million injured persons, most of them are disabled. Here in Egypt we have about the number, there is variation between different ministries. However, we could conclude that the nearest possible figure is about 15,000 persons killed and about every year, and about 100 injured. Many of them are disabled. So this issue is causing not only not only social crisis, it's also economical crisis, because annually it costs every country about 1 to 3% of the GDP.
Right, Dr. Abdel-Aziz, you're also responsible, or you took it over your shoulder to take the responsibility of treating the injured out of those road accidents, and even took it over your shoulder to take over the expenses of this treatment and taking them to hospitals. But the question here, these are very good measures, but where are the hospitals, qualified hospitals on the road? and the expenses, the criteria of expenses? Who is in charge of the expenses? Is it you and the government, or, I mean, talk to us about the different measures you're taking.
Actually, recently we got a fatwa from the official office for fatwa in Egypt that said people can give their part of their zakah or sadaqat or donation to our project to save victims of accident. And through this donation or this zakah or this sort of money, we can provide materials, we can provide like equipments, we can help to innovate or provide with the necessary tools and equipment and material for hospitals. Also, we can direct the ambulance or directly to take the victim to a private hospital, so that the private hospital will accept them without asking who's going to pay for their fees. And we are RAIAT Foundation. We will pay for this through the care and money we get from different donors and different agencies in Egypt. And actually, I just want to remind people, there is nothing happened since the Asyut accident. We lost 50 of our children, and nobody just remember what happened. We just have a big memorization at that time, and then everything is gone. We don't remember.
And it's repeated.
And it will repeat, and it will happen. I promise. It's happening. And it's happening, and it's happening, and it's happening. And road problem, this was one of the items in the President Mohamed Morsi Renaissance project to help improve traffic. And I remind him, and I want to tell the Ministry of Health and the Minister of Health and the President Mohamed Morsi and everyone in this country, you can take a decision. All these people died because you didn't do your job. Okay? We lost 50 in Asyut, and we are waiting for more in different places in Egypt. Please stop the blood running on our road. Please stop killing Egyptians.
Mm-hmm. It seems like it's a massive project that needs to be taken from many different angles. As you said, I mean, it's not only that there are no traffic regulations, the fact that when there are traffic regulations, people don't follow them, and then there is no security to reinforce that people follow them, and then if there happens to be an accident, the health situation is not that up to standard so that they can help the patient overcome the accident.
Let me add to this. The good news is the solution for this crisis is there. And we need only to open the manual made by other countries that tackle and face this crisis, and to read this manual very well, and every person should do his role. The government do his role, the NGO make her role, and also the private sector should private sector who believe in the what we call the corporate social responsibility to do something toward this crisis, and also the individual themselves should take care of their life and should respect the law, should act safely when drive, to wear the seatbelt, to wear the helmet when using motorcycle, not to drive in a speed, not to drive under the drug using or when using the tablets or even the mobile, and also to be licensed enough and trained enough to drive a car. And even if he is a pedestrian and crossing the road, he should be visible to other cars and other vehicles in order not to cause an accident or something like that. All these things should be considered, role for every person. Our opinion is, RAIAT Foundation is considering this crisis as an opportunity for all Egyptians to unify toward a target. This target is to kill our enemies who kill us. Our enemy right now is not selecting a poor person or rich person. He is killing any person who is passing in this point. And I believe this opportunity will need us, all of us, to unify together. It is known about Egyptians that they are working very well in hard time, and we can consider this hard time, and instead of attacking each other by political parties or something like that, I am requesting from every member in this country who live in this country, Egyptian or non-Egyptian, to contribute in this campaign.
Very good. Also, Dr. Azab raised a very important issue, which is the main reasons behind the road accidents. He mentioned very important reasons, but also we cannot ignore negligence. We cannot ignore the technical mistakes on the roads that would lead to those miserable accidents, like killing 50 innocent kids.
Yeah.
We cannot ignore that only one very strong, empowering NGO like you, very good citizens like you, who have a strong passion to help others, would solve the whole problem of a nation. There should be responsible reaction on the government's part.
Correct.
We cannot ignore that also.
Correct.
If we look at the reaction on the government's part on that 50 kids accident, that wasn't amicable at all to the people. So how are you going to handle these problems? I mean, will you be able to change the culture of a government? I mean, do you think it would only take you to financing the treatment of the injured, trying to change the culture? I mean, how do you look at it?
It is a very deep problem, since the traffic problem is not just happened yesterday or today. It is long time ago. Okay, so, but we will not give up. We will work very hard. We will try to push and encourage every decision maker. We try to connect different agencies in the country to get together, to sit together, to talk to each other, and we decide to go to the media, newspaper, journals, magazines, and so on, to raise this problem and discuss it in public. I mean, it is meaningless to give people money for their lost kids.
Right.
Money doesn't make any sense. I mean, I lost one of my kids, I lost my friend. The government will pay me 100,000 or 50,000 or whatever. It makes no sense. We have to stop this blood shedding on our roads. The government, the reaction from the government is very. Some of the government. I mean, we talked to the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Interior Affairs, and Ministry of Education, Ministry of Higher Education. Actually, they have most of them. They have zero response. Okay, I think they are not living in Egypt, or they don't know. I mean, we wrote a very clear letter to them, asking them to participate and support us and be with us. Okay, because today there are maybe a few people died. Tomorrow, maybe one of those decision makers or the ministers, his kid, his wife, his brother, his sister, may be killed or himself. Okay, so this is not a political game. This is just for the country, and we decided to succeed in this project to help our country and our people, and we will succeed. And this issue cannot be postponed to the future. I just want to get the quote by President Obama: now means now. This problem should be solved now, not tomorrow.
Right.
Hopefully we can see some improvements.
Hopefully.
And hopefully people like you could actually see this happening in real life.
On that note, gentlemen, we can't help but wish you all the best of luck. With our hearts with you. Thank you very much for joining us in this very important segment. Dr. Mohamed Abdel-Aziz, Professor at Faculty of Computer Science at Shams University. Thank you very much. Dr. Magdy Al-Azab, an NGO development expert. Thank you and best of luck.
Thank you.
And right now we're going to go to a brief break. We're going to take you back into ancient Egypt with our Dina Yunus, who's going to talk about King Seti II, who is one of the most important pharaohs that ruled Egypt. We'll be right back.